Take a moment tomorrow morning. Before coffee, before anything else. Stick out your tongue in the mirror and take a good look. If you see a thick white or yellowish coating covering the surface, one that does not go away, even after brushing, your body may be trying to tell you something important. Today, we are going to talk about tongue coating, what it actually is, what causes it to become unusually thick, and why it may reflect what is happening deep inside your digestive system. If you have noticed this getting worse over time, stay with me, this one is worth paying attention to. First, what exactly is tongue coating? Medically, it is sometimes called a coated tongue or fur tongue. It forms when bacteria, dead cells, food debris and saliva components collect between the tiny projections on the tongue surface. A very thin, pale coating in the morning is completely normal. The concern starts when that coating becomes thick, difficult to remove with brushing, persistent throughout the day, or changes color to yellow or brown. At that point, it is no longer just an oral hygiene issue. So what causes it to become thick? The most important connection that researchers have been exploring is the relationship between tongue coating and the gut microbiome. Your mouth and intestines are part of the same continuous digestive tract, and the bacterial communities in both places are closely linked. When the balance of bacteria in your gut is disrupted, a condition called gut dysbiosis, that imbalance tends to show up in the oral environment as well. And one of the visible signs is a thickened tongue coating. Research published in peer-reviewed journals has confirmed that the microbiota of thick tongue coatings is significantly different from that of thin or normal coatings. In particular, thick coatings have been associated with an increase in harmful bacteria and a decrease in beneficial bacteria, mirroring what is found in gut dysbiosis. A study published in 2025 comparing patients with thick versus thin tongue coatings found that the thick coating group showed clear signs of gut microbial imbalance. In other words, your tongue may be acting as a visible window into your gut. Beyond gut health, several other conditions are associated with a persistently thick tongue coating. Gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD, is one of them. A published study found that individuals with GERD had significantly higher rates of white tongue coating compared to a healthy control group. When stomach acid moves up into the esophagus and reaches the mouth, it changes the oral environment in ways that disrupt the bacterial balance on the tongue surface. If you regularly experience heartburn, a sour taste after meals, or a sensation of something rising in your throat at night, a thick tongue coating may be a related symptom, worth discussing with your doctor. Another cause to be aware of is oral candidiasis. Candida is a type of fungus that naturally lives in small amounts in the mouth. Under normal circumstances, it does not cause problems. But when your immune system is weakened due to long-term antibiotic use, steroid medications, diabetes, or other conditions, Candida can overgrow and produce a thick, cheese-like white coating on the tongue. Unlike ordinary coating, this type tends to reveal a red, irritated surface beneath when wiped away. If you have been on antibiotics recently or have a condition affecting immunity, this is worth mentioning to your healthcare provider. Dry mouth is another significant factor. Saliva is not just for digestion. It contains natural antibacterial compounds that continuously rinse and regulate the bacterial population in your mouth. When saliva production decreases, that cleansing effect weakens and bacteria and debris accumulate more easily on the tongue. Research has shown that reduced saliva flow is strongly correlated with thick tongue coating, particularly yellow coating. Many common medications, including antihistamines, diuretics, and certain blood pressure drugs, can reduce saliva production as a side effect. There is also an established connection between thick tongue coating and blood sugar regulation. In studies involving patients with type 2 diabetes, the color and thickness of tongue coating showed associations with blood sugar control status. Yellow coating in particular was more frequently observed in individuals with poorly managed blood sugar. The tongue coating microbiome in diabetic patients also showed distinct differences from non-diabetic individuals, suggesting that tongue appearance could reflect metabolic health. So what should you do? If your tongue coating has been noticeably thick or persistent, here are practical steps to start right away. The first step is proper tongue cleaning. Brushing your teeth alone does not remove enough of the bacterial layer on the tongue. Gently scraping the tongue from back to front, using a soft toothbrush or a dedicated tongue scraper once a day, ideally after your morning brush, can significantly reduce bacterial load and improve coating. Be gentle, as excessive pressure can damage the delicate surface. The second step is staying well hydrated. Drinking 1.5 to 2 liters of water throughout the day helps maintain saliva flow and naturally flushes the oral environment. A glass of water first thing in the morning, before eating or drinking anything else, is a simple habit that helps clear overnight bacterial buildup. The third step is improving your diet for gut health. If an imbalanced gut microbiome is contributing to the problem, feeding your beneficial bacteria is one of the most direct ways to address it. Fiber-rich foods, including oats, barley, legumes, and a wide variety of vegetables, serve as fuel for beneficial gut bacteria. Fermented foods such as yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and other traditionally fermented products introduce live beneficial bacteria directly into the digestive system. On the other side, reducing highly processed foods, refined sugars, and excessive alcohol helps prevent feeding the harmful bacteria that disrupt balance. The fourth step is addressing mouth breathing if it applies to you. Breathing through the mouth dries out the oral environment and accelerates bacterial buildup on the tongue. If nasal congestion is forcing you to breathe through your mouth, addressing the underlying cause, whether it is allergies, a deviated septum, or sinusitis, can meaningfully reduce oral dryness and coating. Here is a simple 7-day starting plan. On day 1, observe your tongue carefully in the mirror and note the thickness, color, and area covered. On day 2, begin daily tongue cleaning after brushing. On day 3, add 1 serving of fermented food to your daily meals. On day 4, increase your water intake and set reminders to drink throughout the day. On day 5, replace 1 processed snack with fiber-rich whole food. On day 6, stop eating at least 2 hours before lying down. If you experience any reflux symptoms, on day 7, review whether your tongue coating has changed, and if it has not improved or has worsened, schedule an appointment with your doctor. A few important cautions before we close. Not every case of tongue coating points to a serious illness. Simple factors like poor brushing habits, dehydration, smoking, or certain medications can all be responsible. The information in this video is for general health awareness only and does not replace a medical diagnosis. If your tongue coating is accompanied by pain, a burning sensation, unusual color changes, persistent bad breath, or digestive symptoms like bloating, stomach pain, or heartburn, please see a doctor rather than managing it on your own. If you have existing health conditions or are currently on medication, speak to your physician before making significant dietary changes. Your tongue speaks every single morning. It is quiet, painless, and easy to ignore. But what it shows may reflect more than you realize. Start paying attention and let it guide you toward a healthier conversation with your own body. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Share it with someone who might need to hear this. Good health starts with small, consistent actions, and today is a perfectly good day to begin. See you in the next video.